crabs. Like I don't want to smell that way even on my way. Wait, but even if you clean your clothes or like just your house, you can mop. It's something that's gonna smell.
It's like I don't like it in my fingers, so I always put the gloves on.
Okay, I think I'm ready this time. Let's hope.
Yeah. Should go.
Money at the end of the day was our problem. So I left and I said, yo, I'm gonna try to get money.
Sometimes you can be in love and having fun and still not know what's going on. No. Or on the other hand, you separate, thinking that the feeling's gone. Oh. I always be tripping all the time. Well, you know, feels like forever.
Rent money.
Know that we are destiny. So here's the last chance for the last dance for us to bring back the dream. So baby, come and rescue me. I got some fire for you to see. Baby, come and take me there.
I got
Trust me,
pieces
you
that
should.
you would, if I brought them up,
Baby,
like,
I'm
oh,
And check it out, what you need I go offer. By any means I support you. Neglecting your needs would be torture. Things that I torture, like blowing in the Porsche. Doing high speeds while I torture. A straight gentleman, born with an ape adrenaline. Girl, you gotta have faith in sizzling. Hot when I drop numbers like new kids on the block. The like who that kid in the drop? Emergency, cause shorty hot to the 3rd degree. How many wanna swerve with me? Refrain from serving D. The game never heard in me. I got something for you herbs to see. So why even run away? Ben put the gun away. Signed with Bad Boy. First hit with Dunaway. And Neptune track hot like summer day. This
is the Heartbreak Hotel. Featured on that. Oh, yeah. That's what we do. That's Whitney Houston featuring Faith Evans. See, in the battles, in the versus battles, is features anything that. Burner, burn, burn. Burner, burn, burn. Burner, burn, burn.
For real?
You said you hate this song?
No, it's my favorite.
Oh.
why would you make that big ass like that? What do you win?
You said you'd be here by 9 and said you took
Who is beating
your
Faith Evans
time.
in the chart?
You didn't
You're
think
bugging.
to come.
Don't know.
Trying not to cry, asking myself why you do this to me, oh, baby. Since you're not around for me to tell you, baby, face to face, I'm writing you this letter, and this is what I have to say. All I really wanted was some of your time. Instead, you told me lies when someone else was on your mind. What you do to me? What you do? Look what you did to me, oh baby. I thought that you were someone who would do me right until you hurt my emotions and you made me cry. What you did cry? Can't take what you did to me. Now I see.
What do you mean? It doesn't come from. Come for, I should say.
Faith Evans got joints.
That means nothing to me when you do the beat. What's the name of the song?
I always say you were wrong. You were wrong. You gave me reason to believe it.
You would always
That's
live
all
to
day
be
with
but
Faith
now
Evans. You
I
talking about?
see. That's a good song.
You.
Well, I gotta add that to my R&B playlist, yo. That's a good song. Yo, how everybody doing?
I'm well.
Well,
I'm well. I'm hungry, but I'm well.
why don't you order food then?
Hey.
Yo, wait on us to eat. You'll go starving, yo.
Right. I thought I was trying to do a collaborative effort. But what's up? Let's start, man.
Yeah. We got a guest. Do you really want to be considered a guest if you want to do this often?
I don't want to make a commitment, so I just want to be a guest.
Yeah, you can be a special guest.
Yeah, I'll just pop in and out, tell you how I'm feeling, how I'm living. Feeling good, living better.
Heavy on the living better. Feeling good, living better. Heavy on the living better. Friendship. What did you mean by friendship?
Oh,
Being categorized. Like
I was thinking. Actually, I was listening to some podcast that Danie listened to. It's two chicks.
The Black Bravado podcast.
We ain't giving no shout outs to no other podcasts. Don't do that.
Oh, really?
What kind of
I
jerk
take
is
it
that?
back.
They go, what? I'm about to bleep that junk out.
bleep it out. What's their names?
The Black Bravado podcast.
Is that them freak chicks?
No, they're from Cali.
Oh.
They be freaks, you don't know. Yeah, I'm eating dry pineapples. Anybody want some?
No.
No, I'm good. Why are they dry? You mean like raisins type thing?
Yeah, but they pineapple. They so delicious.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I noticed you've been really just smashing those pineapples humbly on the low.
Freaking
For a while,
delicious,
too.
bro. Try one.
Like
yo.
you've been occupying yourself and then forgetting that you had them and snatched like 3 of them.
Yo, try one, yo. They so good.
No, I believe you.
It's so good, yo. But I was talking, friendships. He was listening to that podcast, and the girl was talking about she got like 2 or 3 friends. So I was thinking, is there friendship tiers?
Yes.
Definitely.
What are they?
You have your associates, then you have your like party friends, then you have like your close friends that you tell personal stuff to.
So that's categories. That's not tiers.
Oh, you talking about like a pyramid? Like you know,
Yeah.
like a food pyramid?
Yeah, maybe it's better if I say categories. What is your categories of friends?
Now I'm lost. I thought
Because a tier would be like,
So like a food pyramid.
sure, you'll have like your friend, like acquaintances,
Oh, that's the word.
friends, best friends.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And then friends you consider family, like that would be at the top for me.
So like your best friend. Well, that's outside of best friend.
Is there a difference between a best friend and a fam friend?
I don't have fam friends.
I do.
I just have best friends and then I have family.
No. I consider some friends family. Like, we're not blood, but like, you my bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I consider you a brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do have friends who I just, actually, I don't really, I have friends who I just consider friends. Friends, I take friendship very seriously. Like, it's a caring aspect involved with being my friend. And that's why I don't have too many of them.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
But, yeah. But what do you think, G? What is, do you have a tier of friends, or do you just like, hold on. Takia, you're not doing a good job.
Shoot. I ain't even do nothing.
But yeah, G, do you have like do you have tiers of friends, or you just have people like I mess with you?
Yeah, it's just like no in between.
Okay.
I don't like. I'm very verbal about Tef. I feel like you're trying to get close to me, and I don't know you. I'll literally say it. I'll verbalize it. Like, listen, I don't really hang around too many people. I'd rather distance myself. And just let it be known. Cut no chases. I feel like you're trying to, get too close. But then on the flip side of things, I got family. If I'm really calling anybody that I'm calling a friend is family for me. Because I won't say it at all. I won't say you're a friend.
Yeah, like when you introduce somebody.
Right.
I get you. I get that.
So wait, you don't have like associates or like?
Yeah, that's not a friend. Associate is somebody you work with.
No, like acquaintance.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry.
I agree.
Acquaintance.
Right? Yeah,
You have acquaintances and then you have family. Like you don't have like best friends.
Yeah, I mean, I have best friends.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I don't believe in that. It's like it's either you're a friend or you're not. I guess friend in the most traditional sense of the word. I don't believe in the whole like because we work together, this is my work friend.
Right.
Nah.
like for me,
I know you.
my sister holds a different place within friendship for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, I have people who I call family, people I'm really close with, but my sister is like, it's a different type of, I guess a different type of level, because there's an understanding that she and I have.
Okay. No, I get that, and I think like within your friends, there's like people that you are closer to, and I don't disagree with that at all. And I encourage people to have friends, but I also encourage people to have that one friend that you can confide in, because you can't confide in all of your friends. You divulge some things, but you can't divulge everything. Divulge everything. Excuse my grammar. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting how I think especially how men view friendship than females do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before I go out on this limb, how do you view friends?
Who, me?
Yeah, guest person.
Like you want me to do tiers?
Sure. However you view your friends, because you constantly say you don't have friends.
Like alright, so I have like associates.
Okay.
Then I would have like people that I confide stuff in.
But would you consider an associate a friend?
In some level, yeah.
How?
Because I have a relationship with that person.
So there's
Like I still interact with them on some level, even though it's like it could be a work base. I still interact with them. Like, does that make sense?
It does, but it's just confusing. Like it's confusing to me because of how I hold the term friendship. So, an acquaintance. Give me an example of an acquaintance. Like, say, like, is this somebody at work? Somebody you meet in class?
Somebody that I would meet at work, but like I don't work close with. So like I talk to them like a little bit.
That's a friend to you.
It's not a friend. It's like some level of friendship because we're interacting with each other.
So you think a interaction is a friendship?
On some base, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you got acquaintance, then what else?
And then I have, I guess, friends. And then I have, like, close friends. And then I have family. I feel like I should have prepared for this. I think you should give out topics. Then I have close friends. Like, I don't consider my family, like, in my category of friends. They're not included. So it's literally, like, acquaintances.
Why not?
Because that's my family.
But you do friend thing. That's not true.
Why?
Because
I can distance myself from a friend. I can't distance myself from a family member. They're my family.
lies. I do it all.
Like
the
their
time.
blood. Like, you know what I mean?
All blood ain't thick.
No, that's not how I was raised. Like, family's family, no matter what. So I don't consider like, oh, like family can be a friend. Like, no, that's family. That's different. Like they're more stronger to me than any friendship, if that makes sense.
So I understand. I get what you're saying, and I'm not like arguing that. So you don't call like one of your like you call one of your friends your best friend.
No.
One of your family members your best friend.
Kind of, yeah, but not really. No, because that's family. Does that make sense?
There's no matter how you slice it, there's a friend in the person you're referring to in your family.
No, because they're family. Like, I get it. You're saying that I can be close and not close with different family members. But I don't, like, say, oh, no, that's, like...
You don't have to say, hey, this is my friend who's also my cousin. But in actuality, they display attributes
Because I feel like...
of a friend.
I feel like if I presented you two people, right? And I'm like, this is my cousin, and then this is my friend. I feel like you would say, okay, they have a stronger relationship because that's her cousin. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't put them in a category.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, that's her cousin, you know,
But
versus her
do you
friend.
have friends that you are closer to than your family?
No, I don't know.
No,
My
I think that's cool.
relationships are fluid. It depends on my mood. Like, if I'm vibing with you, we're friends. If I'm not your friend right now.
You fickle.
Yes. Like,
It's good to be honest about it.
I feel like you guys are very like, that's my friend. And I'm like, depends on what you say today.
I just think like.
I mean, we're still gonna be friends, but doesn't mean I'm like.
I'm like, no, it's like I'm 28. I don't need new friends, and I know the people that I'm comfortable with.
I'm okay with getting new friends.
I am not. It takes me a really.
Or new acquaintances or associates, whatever you guys say.
Yeah, that's good to say.
Because they can
I
have
can
like
hang-
different points of views on stuff.
I can hang out with anybody. That's not the issue. But I'm not calling you my friend. Oh, this is just some dude I chilled with the other day. That's who you are to me. We're not friends. We not.
So you would.
Fam.
So, but what if they want to like be your friend? You're gonna say no to them, or like you're gonna
No one
block that?
asks. I've never
Okay.
been asked to
Me
be
neither.
Yeah,
friends.
okay.
You want to be my
Yo,
friend?
you want me?
No,
I
but
was
you
thinking.
Can we be friends?
would you block that?
No, I don't want you to be.
That sounds
If it happens organically, sure. But like,
no,
I'm not actively recruiting new friends.
No, I don't think no one is at our age is looking for a new friend, like taking
I
polls.
disagree.
But I feel like I'm not gonna block someone from trying to get close to me because I don't want new friends in my category. That's what you're
I
doing.
take that position.
Yeah, like-
I do
position
that.
often.
I do that. Like, I gotta fill you out. I have to like really fill you out and take in consideration that everybody has baggage, whether you're in a relationship with a person like romantically. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has, things that may rub you the wrong way. And you have to take that in consideration, because once you decide, like, this is someone I want to let into my circle, all of that comes along with it. Yeah. So if they have, like, negativity, somebody that always like to have drama and, you know, bringing the negative people around you whom you don't know, all of that has to be considered.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's like how you said at the beginning, it's a relationship. It's like, I know, prime example, there's people who I know that would love to be my friend. And it's like, nah, because if I'm your friend, that means I care. And I don't want to care about you to the extent that you're
That's
looking.
not my reason.
That is solely my reason. Because I care about my friends deeply. Like, if you are in need, I'm going to try my best to help you out. So it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to take any more responsibility.
But like, how do you? Why does it have to be negative? Like, what if they can relieve some of the issues in your life?
Because even if it is positive at the beginning, it can turn negative.
That's with anything. Anything can go sideways.
And you're right. So I'm looking at the sideways.
And then, like the point where G was saying, it makes sense. Like he or she can bring negativity in your life. But if you feel like that's not beneficial for you, you can always cut them off. No one's saying you're forced to be this person's acquaintance. You're in control.
Right.
True.
Yo, I'm a therapist.
No. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Because, like you said, there can be positive to bearing a new relationship, but there can also be negatives, and I'll caution on the side of negative.
I'm on the side of positive. I am for the most part. If I want to go outside, then I'm on the side of positive.
I'm just saying, I would, like I said, if I'm going to a bar, and let's say me and my boy was like, I'm gonna invite this person, cool, bring him. I'm all good for that. That ain't my friend. If something happened that night.
But didn't that circumstance happen to you before in your brotherhood of group friends?
Not for me, for everybody else in the brotherhood.
Okay, but they acquired that person.
What, coming to the house?
Yeah, I mean,
drinking?
And it was good. I'm just saying, we were younger then.
You was there.
I was there.
I don't know what scenario this is.
No, wait, no. She's not talking. She's not talking about that situation. You talking about when we was throwing up? Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. But that is a prime example,
It's
though.
a prime example.
Like, that's not my friend. But she's talking about one of the brotherhood members. Can we say names?
I don't know what your rules are.
With that story, I wasn't gonna say any name.
Oh, Brendan.
Oh yeah, with Brendan.
What?
How Brendan was my friend first, and then everybody grew to love him.
Yeah. So you didn't have to accept him because it was like a new person.
I didn't want to. That's the thing. I didn't. To say you didn't have to was like, what? What are you talking about? I didn't even want to. I just got. Yo, he got in my car and said, "Hey, yo, he in a brotherhood." I never saw it be a day in my life.
So, isn't that like rude to you?
It was, but it was like majority wins. Like everybody else was down with it.
But then,
who is this in my car?
So.
And B just in the back seat smiling.
You know his teeth.
B just smiling in the back seat, like,
yo,
don't even know me.
Yeah, so you didn't have to, but.
Brendan was a good draft pick, yo.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
They
love B.
acquired your friend.
And that's fine. And then I'm so glad that happened.
So imagine if they had your attitude. They would never accept him as a friend.
You're right. Everybody's not me. And honestly, we did have a situation where it tried to happen again. And Greg was like, no.
That's kind of what is that? Astronaut?
It was asshole-ish. And I
Yeah.
can admit that. And I still stick by it to this day.
You was trying to say asinine?
Yeah. asinine. What does that word mean? I think
like
I'm just
stupid.
Yeah, that's asinine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Whatever.
hey.
Shout out to Grammarly. Oh no, we don't have any.
We ain't got no sponsors. Shout out to nobody.
That's
Yeah.
that. That's sponsor still. Right?
What?
Never mind. I just went over that.
Clearly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna feel you out, and I'm gonna vibe with you. And if I want our thing to go to the next level, our friendship, then I'm gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna block it. Cause what if you got $1 million and you want to share it with me?
Oh, so you have to consider, is this person my friend? Nah. They not that much of a friend.
And they were like, oh, since you're my friend, I want to share my money with you. I'm just kidding, but yeah.
Well, if we're talking about friendships, we're definitely talking about relationships. And more specifically,
Good transition.
in relationships.
That was a good answer.
That
Yes.
was a good.
Y'all should have just let it ride.
I'm sorry.
That was
It's
good.
too good
That
to
was
let it
good,
go
though.
unseen.
Listen,
That was good, Jeff.
within relationships, there are breaking points. What would you say is the breaking point
Is this intimate relationship or
in an
friendships
intimate
in general?
intimate relationship? What is the breaking point? What is the reason? Because everybody has a different code of ethics to follow within relationships, and other people deem another person's breaking point as, you know, that's not a good enough reason, or this should be a good enough reason, or there should be no reason you should ever break up. What do y'all say is the breaking point for a relationship? For an intimate relationship?
Mine is multi-level. I'm gonna say this. For me, is lying. I gotta trust you in order to love you on some level, right? And I'm not talking about like little white lies. I'm talking about like big lies. When you lie about like where you going? Like, why you gotta lie to me about that? Stuff like that would bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I can't trust you on that kind of level, then if I gotta question your whereabouts, question what you do, like, I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Right.
Mm.
So dishonesty.
Dishonesty.
Will be my breaking point.
Dishonesty is Greg's great breaking point. And what about you?
If you start an OnlyFans and don't split your money with me, that's
Yo,
breaking.
The sidebar, what is OnlyFans exactly? Like, I still, it's like this.
Now they're trying to turn to something positive, not so much
It's
sexual.
for strippers.
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Not so much anymore.
It got popular when all the strip clubs got shut down because of COVID. Strippers took their talents to OnlyFans and started charging. And then porn stars got on there and started charging because they realized, why sign with a porn company when I could just do this myself and reap the benefits of, like, they knowing their own worth, right? But now OnlyFans is trying to turn into some junk like, just what the term says, OnlyFans. So, like, they doing this deal with Cardi B, where Cardi B is like, she's gonna be talking to her fans directly, like if they have questions and stuff or whatever. But in my personal opinion, they did a deal with Cardi B because Cardi B is very sexual, and the site is already very sexual. But I digress.
Okay. What about you, man?
Wait, you asked me what it is?
What's the breaking point?
Oh, I thought you were asking me about OnlyFans. Sorry.
No, these pineapples are
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't wanna.
I honestly can say I don't know. I just feel like
If you claim.
everything can be discussed or talked about.
You have a very forgiving nature.
I guess so. It has to be how I feel in that moment. I don't like hypothetical questions.
Do you have to? Is there some get back?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. When I say get back, I mean if there's something done to you, do you feel like you need to exchange an equal blow or even worse?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't think that you're very forgiving. If you're saying that, then you're not forgetting. Like,
I didn't say I was forgiving.
I know you concur when Greg said, so you forgive me. You say yes. Okay, so you're not forgiving.
I am forgiving. I'm just gonna forgive you and then get back at you. Not now. Not later.
That's not forgiveness.
Oh man, that is toxic. It's like no need to even get back together. But the breaking point. What do you feel like? Do you feel like there's something to be done where you're just completely done with this person? Throwing the towel.
Breaking a promise. Is that something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your thing.
No. Okay, there's levels to promises, but like breaking like a huge promise.
What's an example of a huge promise?
Like, say you're supposed to do something for me, and I was really excited that I was supposed to get it done, and it never happened. Or like I'm like lingering me on like I got you, and it never happened.
Like drawing you, like stringing you.
Yeah. Breaking point. Is that considered a breaking point? Stringing me along?
I mean, that's your breaking point.
I don't know. I don't think about hypotheticals.
No, you're
I
sure
feel like you're giving me a test.
No, listen. You said that's your breaking point, so I can't. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong for it.
I'm gonna say that's my breaking point for 100, please.
Yeah, that's your. Me personally.
You smell good, by the way.
Thank you.
Shout today.
Keeping your hands to yourself and cheating. Those.
You don't like physical.
Well,
physical violence.
When you say physical, I don't mean like broadly. I don't care. Like, I understand the energy. I'm not talking about like playing. I'm referring to like you being upset and you feel like I'm the person you need to react to because you're upset. Maybe because I said something a little sarcastic or something. Or
I get you.
So you don't want them to take it out on you.
Domestic violence, like
So
you
like
have to,
physical.
Yeah, being
You
physical.
don't like physical altercations.
I don't like that. Like, we could talk because I do understand. I can be very, very sarcastic and
Really? I never painted you as sarcastic.
Well, you're
because you don't, like, out of everybody in the brotherhood, you the one that tells the least amount of jokes.
Yo,
That's sarcasm to you? Telling jokes?
Yeah, like, I would say, like, somebody who's sarcastic is somebody who looks at every situation and finds a joke about it.
sarcasm. I wouldn't say that. I would say sarcasm is like, where it's, if somebody says something, I guess stupid, or no. you then you would try to belittle them. Or say something that a joke that may go over their head, or have like a dry sense of humor when they're trying to be serious.
Yeah, and I've never seen you be that kind of person.
I guess I'll say this. I'm a totally different way when it comes to how I interact with women.
Okay.
So
that's eye-opening to me.
So yeah, like I've been told that on multiple occasions, like you're very, very sarcastic.
So the girl would be like, "Oh, can you pass me that?" And you'd be like, "You got legs, right?" Is that sarcasm?
No, that's being a dick.
yeah. So I would say sarcastic.
Or like, is your legs broken?
Like, hey, go check this out. Like, You know how if a woman say, anybody, but specifically a woman, because if you're talking about relationship, if a woman says, tell me, why would you do that? And then the moment I say why I did that, she'll say, there's no reason, there's no excuse. So why would you ask me why I did that? Like, that's that type of sarcasm. Like, so I'll be specific about that and highlight that you just asked me in the same breath to explain why I did X, Y, Z. And the moment that I explain X, Y, Z, you say, there's no reason you should have done that. Okay, then why did you ask me?
Okay,
like,
okay.
Things like that. And I'm usually like on point every single time doing that. And it is like a nuisance or annoying to whoever I'm in a relationship.
Okay, ready?
Said something about bars, and that's the first thing you said.
I'm not thinking. Wait. Start again. I'm the guest of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm the guest of this episode.
Damn.
I am the guest of this episode.
You was being hype, man?
Yeah.
Okay, let me start again. I'm the guest of this episode.
Wow.
I hope that you all drove.
Check it.
It's time to go back up home. Hey!
Bail yourself out.
I am cutting that. That will be the promo for this episode. I promise to God.
I'm the guest of this
I need to mark
episode.
that.
I'm the guest of this episode. I hope you all drove, because I'm the guest of this episode. Because
if they driving, that means they listening in the car. Ah, right?
No. I'm the guest of this. Can you give me a beat?
The fact that that's sarcasm.
This is sarcasm. Yeah.
Can you give me a beat? Thank you for all tuning in. Like and subscribe if you want to be in. What's your podcast called?
This dude is doing this.
Raise the roof.
What's your podcast called?
Just a conversation with Greg and Mr. Rent Money.
And guest. Okay,
I'll
let's
put
do
you on the title. You want to be a guest every other week. Get out of here.
Right. That'd be crazy. You should just be a part of it.
Just be
Come
full
on.
time. How
We just
often do you
having
do
it.
this?
Every week.
Once a
Literally,
week.
you live here.
Once a week. Come on now.
And
We
how
just
long does
having
it
a
have to be?
conversation.
Huh?
An hour?
Well, right now we coming up on an hour, but that's because we keep
You keep
Yeah.
bullshitting.
little girl who's not.
We got one more topic. It's
Oh.
about to be over. Look.
Wow.
Remote learning
You
versus
spelled breaking the
in-person.
point wrong, I think.
For real, I think it's one word. That's why.
The little line in between.
Yeah. Why you have? You know I have Grammarly. I use Grammarly.
That's pretty good. Grammarly is pretty good.
Yeah, it makes. I don't know, cause sometimes I feel like the sentences are wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah, when they be trying to make me fix it, I'm like, that don't sound right. I'm right.
You know, a lot of the times we're so used to saying things
Your way that it sound right.
that it sounds crazy, like
Yeah,
using
like-
A-N. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
It sounds crazy, but we supposed to use "and" a lot more.
Like every time the next word starts with a vowel.
That's
What is
the
a
reason why.
vowel?
A-E-I-O-U.
Mr. Smith, this is all your fault.
So
I don't know
it's
nothing.
like, we supposed to say an exhaust. We
Okay.
say a exhaust.
An
Right.
exhaust. An exhaust
Yeah.
is not a noun.
An exhaust.
Exhaust.
And A-N is the next word that follows it is exhaust. That starts with a vowel and E.
Exhaust is a word. A-E-I, okay. And sometimes Y. I'm not really
Time
good.
for an admission or time for a admission.
A sounds better.
That's what we say, but it's supposed to be
Be
an
an
admission.
You know, when I fill that whole section on the SAT, it's okay. Anyway.
You can't fail the SAT.
No, I literally looked at every sentence and said, these all look right.
These all look right.
Yeah, but obviously they weren't. All right, let's move on. Let me transition this transition.
What's last time?
Remote learning versus in-person learning. So
I
let
got
me
a lot to say on this.
I just feel that Are we talking about due to COVID or just in general?
In general.
Yeah, in general, but because we're during this is a
This
pandemic,
is a topic. Okay. I think remote learning is stupid. I feel kids need interaction. They need to build social skills. And I feel like kids sitting at home, standing in front of a screen, is not good for their eyes. Didn't they say that was like a issue too with kids using iPads?
That myth, that's such a big myth.
But their vision's off or whatever.
Technology has advanced to where the blue in screens doesn't affect nobody's eyes anymore.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I don't know. I just feel like kids need that, I don't know, interaction. Like, I heard a story that down south, like, the kids were sitting at the lunch, like, first graders, not even talking to each other because it's, like, every other seat. And they were just all sad because they didn't want to sit with their friends. And everybody was quiet. And it's, like, different from the...
It sounds weird.
It just sounds like, 'cause you know, lunch
like
used to be
prison.
sitting down with your
Right.
friends, vibing, like, they were, like, literally not allowed to speak to each other. They had the plexiglasses, and it was, like, every other chair, like, diagonally, so they couldn't even, like, speak across from each other. So it just sounds depressing. Like, kids were meant to be social.
I agree.
And I'm running for president.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
All right.
All
Yes,
right.
2020.
Yeah, I don't like the remote learning, man. And specifically because it's you're mixing your personal life with your child's experience with school. Like for my experience, I work for my son's school. So I had to work remotely and make sure that Giovanni is learning what he needs for school. And I'm at the same time trying to do my job remotely. It's just a lot. It's a lot, man. And it's so many distractions for my son when it comes to remote learning. It's hard to get a grasp of a child that's used to iPad, cell phone, electronics, this and that. But then at the same time, you're trying to do ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and all of the vital essentials he needs to advance to the next level. And I don't feel like, listen, I don't want to downplay the COVID-19, but at the same time, I don't believe it's as serious as they're making it out to be, because it's like, if it was that serious, shouldn't we have to wear masks inside of our homes? When you think about the different type of masks you need for like a gas mask, or for painting, or with the type of masks that people in the army have to use when there's like some type of biological warfare, but this is so serious that the only thing that could save us is little tiny material.
Yep.
Is all it is just a permit to get into the store and get into Uber.
First off, I am against remote learning. I don't agree with it for so many different reasons. From what y'all said, I agree with that, but I also think it goes a step further for kids who live in challenging areas like that have bad school systems. Like, you already, when the kids are in school, they're failing. So now you're expecting them to be able to go online every day, and let's keep it a buck. These teachers are not going to teach remotely, so you're going to expect them to either, one or two things are going to happen. You're expecting them to learn them, like read the material and teach themselves the new material, or the teacher's gonna be like, I don't care, everybody gets an A, and that hinders their development as well.
Right.
So it's like, especially in like in urban areas where the school systems are failing, like I think that impacts them way more than a private school who can afford like top notch technology to make sure like the in person, like the online learning is happening at a very high value. But forget all that. Not forget all that. Think about the NBA, right? They've had no positive COVID test results since they started this bubble. The NFL has had less than, I think the number now is like less than 10% of cases since they started off-season training. You mean to tell me that there's no money that we can throw into our education system to where they can have a sophisticated tracking system of people who get this disease, so that like, because that's how they're able to do it at the NBA. They have like a really good tracking system of like when people are coming and going. We know when you were out, when you come back in, you got to take 2 tests, you got to pass. If you don't pass, you got to go into quarantine. It's money. It really comes down to it's just money. If you invest that into the education system, these kids could go back to school. Like you don't have to worry about positive tests. Like to the extent that everybody is making it seem like. It's just that when you don't care about the not to sound mad political or anything, but when you don't care about the future, because that's essentially what you're doing. Is like by not going to extreme precaution to protect kids so that they can go back to school, kids and teachers to go back to school, and you're forcing them to do this remote learning, especially in urban areas where the teachers, like I come from an urban area where teachers have said to me, I have tenure, I don't care if you pass.
I've heard that multiple times.
Like that's a reality that a lot of these kids face. So you expecting them to do this remote learning, and either they're going to have to teach themselves what they probably won't understand, or you're going to have a teacher that's just going to pass them because they're still going to get a paycheck no matter what. It's like, bro, that's not fair to the kids at all.
Right. I don't feel like that should be at first I thought it was cool, but to just draw it out this long, that's why I was saying I'm going to definitely put my son into like a charter school or something to still get that in school experience, because I'm feeling like my son is behind, you know, and that's just being honest, because there's like a night and day difference from when he was in school compared to now. And I'm gonna be honest with myself, just because of the relationship I have with my son, where it's like he doesn't, when it comes to me, learning different things that may be challenging to him, it's like he'll be a little bit rebellious. Whereas if there's a teacher in school and there's like a learning environment and there's other children around who would, you know, motivate him to want to stay focused on whatever the topic is or whatever is being taught, it's very difficult.
Like a common goal.
Yeah. It's very difficult doing
So you're saying that like it's hard for like kids to, I guess, view a parent as like a teacher as well as a parent.
Right, comfortability.
Yeah. And take them enough like seriously to be like, okay, now it's school time. It's not playtime. You know what I mean? And also I have to like consider the teachers as well. Like as much as you're at home remote learning too, they're at home doing work and having to remote learn their kids. So
True.
It's a lot of pressure on everybody to, you know what I mean? Like they have to do the same stretches as, you know, you do as a parent. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, I do feel like it is, I would say like, I guess what you're trying to say is like it's like kind of like a cop out, like
Yeah.
being a remote learning.
Like they could, if they really wanted, I agree with you. They open certain things for economy purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Schools doesn't fall under the economy purpose, but if they just put like a little bit of money toward like stringent procedures for students and teachers, they can open schools if they wanted to.
Do something outside. Like they could definitely be, and I want to say again, I don't believe it's that serious, but just to comply with the rules of social distancing, why not do something outside with tents or something like that? I don't know, like just anything besides being home.
Yeah.
Being around kids, like this is very important. This is the development, the early development of our future, like you said.
I think especially with like little kids, you can do social distancing with little kids. Granted, it might be a bit more challenging for middle schoolers and high school students because schools are overcrowded, and I get that already. So asking an overcrowded school system to promote 6 feet of 6 feet social distancing can be a challenge. But my thing is, and I'm just going to keep harkening back to this. Is like if you have professional athletes playing sports, which contributes to the bottom line of this country. Clearly, it's a money thing. Like you are allowing NBA players, 10 people at a time on the court together. You're allowing football players, which is 32 people on a field at a time, hitting each other, literally touching each other.
No social distancing.
Can I play devil's advocate though? But tell me if I'm wrong, but aren't those people like required to stay in a bubble so it's easier to track?
Yeah, not the NFL players.
Because the kids, they can't stay at school. So
the NBA is rare because they figured out the whole bubble situation. It was way ahead of the whole COVID procedures. Like they created their own procedures and it worked for them. The NFL, on the other hand, they're allowing players to leave and come as they go, but they're tracking them as they're leaving and going. Like, okay, every day you getting tested, not just boop to the head. No, you're getting tested, and then I guess testing now is more rapid, where it's like 24 hours now.
24 to 72, I think.
They let you know right away if you got it, and if you got it, you got to go on a 10-day quarantine. Then you get tested again, and if you clear it, then you come back to practice. But it's just I know testing is expensive, and I understand that.
I was just about to say that.
But that's my thing though. If you care about the future, and honestly, this is the only time I will ever promote this. Private schools. I would urge you to do that, just to show the difference in being rich and being poor, because a private school can do that. They can afford testing so that they can allow their students to come to school and still be able to charge tuition. And show the contrast in being rich and being rich in America versus being poor in America. Because that's the main, I promise you, I believe that is the main reason why like public schools aren't opening.
Did you ever hear about them saying something about, and this is not no conspiracy theorist type of joke. This was actually, I guess, for it to be a reputable source. This was on the news, primetime television. They said, I don't know where. Yeah,
I heard that
about
too.
that.
Yeah,
that was real. That was real.
That's insane. And they like just blatantly said it.
They were like, the white kids are gonna stay home.
Yeah,
crazy.
I thought it was like a voiceover. I didn't think it was real.
No, that was real. Even the lower third said it.
Yeah.
What's the lower third?
Like the text at the bottom. They want to send the African American kids. They try to clean it up. Send the African American kids to school first to see what would happen. Nigga, what?
How do you explain that? I don't understand. I still don't understand what was they saying the reason was.
Me either. Like, is there something that I know that black people have? Because from what I hear, black people are dying more at a faster rate because of COVID.
Right.
So, that was, Fox News need to get their stuff. That was on Fox News. I want y'all to know. Fox News said that.
Fox News is. Oh wait.
Your microphone messing up.
I gotta tighten it. Okay.
Tighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a.
It's
I
not.
feel
It's not a black and white situation.
But I feel like if Ava was in school, would I send her back? And I probably wouldn't because I know that her class wouldn't be there.
I wouldn't send her back because I'm not on the side of COVID isn't as serious, and I'm not saying that's your opinion, G. I've seen how it has affected families from people when they catch it. Depending on your health and everything, I get that. And even though if I was to get COVID, maybe it wouldn't have an effect on me, but I do surround myself with older people, and I see how it does affect them. So I'm saying I wouldn't send Ava back. I wouldn't send Ava to school simply because they don't have good safety procedures, in place to protect kids from getting COVID. That was to be the only reason why I didn't send her back. But that just goes back to my point. Create the procedures, create the safety, and you can send kids back to school.
So, but what I'm saying is, if it's really that serious, then why people don't catch the flu anymore? If it has flu-like
you'll
symptoms,
see in October when flu season is here.
But still, it's like, how could you tell the difference between the flu and the coronavirus if they're saying that you can die from the flu and more people die from the flu than coronavirus? How do you say? What do you flip a coin? Like, oh, it's coronavirus. That's sarcasm.
Are you gonna start pointing out your
That's my favorite episode, sarcasm. I think it's media. I think this is media fear. I mean, listen. I've been hearkening on this point all year long. After the election, we're going to hear coronavirus is no more, or it's fizzling out, and it depends on who wins.
Well, I thought I was not gonna get my taxes taken out, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with Biden 2020.
Wait, what? What did you say?
No, Donald signed some type of executive order that people wouldn't get their federal taxes taken out. But guess what? They took it out. So I'm gonna have to switch my vote over.
Oh, you was about to.
He said, "No, I'm kidding. No." He said, "If you vote for him, you won't have to."
That went over my head ASAP, and I thought about it.
No, I'm kidding. I don't like talking about politics. Anyway,
I ain't judging nobody.
I don't judge nobody either for voting for Trump. That's your priority. I'm just saying. Watch after the election, you will see.
You taking the vaccine?
No.
I feel like it's gonna be mandatory.
They can't.
Yes, they
no,
can.
they cannot.
Yeah, they can.
Yo.
They're gonna literally.
It's
I'm
unconstitutional.
Sorry. Okay, isn't it in the Constitution that, or not in the Constitution? I'm sorry.
Oh.
There is a law stating that if you don't take it, then they have the opportunity or chance to put you in prison.
Look,
Can't.
no. The Constitution does say that, but there is something else in the Constitution that says if there is some type of pandemic or something, and I'm just paraphrasing, if there's something that's
Screaming.
where
Look it up.
it's detriment to the people around you, to other citizens of the country, that can be bypassed, that area of the Constitution.
I don't think so, yo. Cause
To force you to wear a mask. Everyone wants to Google that.
I'm not going out of the house with this mask on. Let me just Google this real quick. Can the government?
Public education.
Yes. See?
Where do you see yes? Oh. No, what I'm saying is that it cannot be. They're not okay. They're not gonna say you have to take it, but your employer, your school, is going to make it mandatory for you to go back to work and you to take your child to school. They have to get the vaccine.
So-
But no, that's different. That is completely different.
It's the same thing.
The government, no. Because I think forcing people, and this is, I'm not a law person or anything at all like that.
You know.
Forcing somebody to get a vaccine to me is like, it violates freedom of speech on some level. Granted, you can opt to not take that vaccine, but just like how you have the right not to take that vaccine, employers have the right not to hire you.
And that's gonna
Schools have the right not
consequence.
to
So
allow
that's basically you
You
have
have to
to
take
like,
it.
No, you don't. Because
you don't,
because-
and I won't.
Because some employers might be like, that's okay with us. You don't have to have that vaccine. Some schools might be like, it's okay.
Schools are definitely not gonna take it.
I that's not true because some schools require kids to get the measles vaccine and some schools don't. Like it really depends on the
But
school.
when you go to college, you have to make sure you have your measles vaccine.
If you want to live on a dorm, not to get on the campus.
I don't know. I just feel that I personally feel like your employers are going to say you need to be vaccinated, and your schools are going to say that just for a reason of deniability, or you can't sue them.
They have bylaws that they have to follow. Like,
to be clear, I'm saying the government. I don't believe the government will force us to get a vaccine. I think
Like
society will force you to get a vaccine.
Okay, sorry. So society.
whoever. All I'm saying is, the things that we need to get by and survive with our families and provide.
They're gonna tell you have to be vaccinated.
It's gonna be like a box in, like, and the ones who really stand up for themselves. Like, listen, that's the only way there's gonna be something done about it. If people say like, yo, I'm not taking it, and nobody does it.
The thing that I think people should pay attention about this vaccine, like if it ever comes out,
it's in November.
Is watch what teachers and unions do, because they are the people I think they're going to dictate if we all need to get a vaccine, because a teacher union is pretty strong, and if a teacher union says that we don't want this vaccine,
right, then
I think people are going to follow that suit, because if, let's say in their contract they negotiate and be like, we don't want a vaccine. That's like saying, because to me personally, that's like saying you need to force all teachers to get a flu shot. It's a vaccine, right? So if teachers say no, we don't want this this vaccine, and let's keep it a buck. I think black people are way more skeptical about a vaccine, just because conspiracy theories about they're going to try to be tracking us and all that stuff. Me personally, I think they're going to try to implant something in us. That is me personally, and that's why I'm not doing that junk. But I think a teacher.
Talking about nanotechnology.
Yes, I am. So I think watch teacher unions, and if they approve of a vaccine, like a mandatory vaccine, in order for students to come to school and for them to work as teachers, that's a game changer.
I think they're gonna require it. Like, okay, like I just looked it up now. Like they said that some places require certain vaccines to travel. So if you want to go on vacation, they're gonna be like, did you get the COVID vaccine? Because you can't come into our country. So there's gonna be like a lot of, I guess, like checkpoints to make sure.
I think life is about to become way more difficult. I'm not saying that it's not. Like I said, my point is clear. I don't think the government will require it, but I think social pressures will. Like you said, jobs, schools, like,
travel.
Right.
It's going to feel mandatory.
And you're going to be forced to get it because people.
And that's going to suck.
People need to get money. You know?
That's going to suck. But yeah. That's all I got.
So do I.
No diggity. No doubt.
Thanks for tuning in this episode. We hope you like this episode. We hope you like this episode. We hope you like this episode. Yo, I was done. I'm not a very good rapper. You know what my problem is? like plan your next line?
You just gotta look around at different things. You gotta look around. You gotta pay attention to everything.
Like freestyle?
Yeah, freestyle.
So you can think of something else.
Yeah, I don't got the. I can't think that fast.
Yeah, me neither.
I think it's super impressive that people like Snoop Dogg can still do that. And that nigga smokes a lot of marijuana.
What does that have to do with anything?
Cause they say marijuana kills blood cells, brain cells.
Are you still recording?
Activates creativity.
Okay.
It does.
Oh no, I'm gonna stop.